see too.
Well, there's always a little extra motivation for a team playing in front of its own fans, and the Heat definitely looked motivated as they came into the building. And welcome to 2K and the starting group for Chicago. We've got Anthony Simons, Lou Ellis out there with Trey Lyles. Then it's Josh Giddey, and it's Holmes in at the 5 down low. And for Miami, Smith out there with Tyler Hero. Then there's Powell. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Adebayo in at the 5, roaming the paint. This should be a real chess match tonight, Grant. These teams both love to get set up and run their plays.
Yeah, you know, B.A., you got two patient teams who execute on exactly what their coach has drawn up for them. Trusting in ball movement to find their shots is a key.
Well, don't lose sight of Giddey in the corner, doing damage from three-point range.
An open look for Smith. Nails the wide-open jumper. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Bulls. Pass to Lyles. Here's the 3. And it's Giddey missing. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And Andrew Wiggins is a great sidekick, Stan. He can also be a leading man at times.
Well, you know, B.A., a wing with his size and knack for scoring will always be welcome. And with the way he's improved his defense, you have a solid two-way player.
Here's Simons. Miami making their last shot. The 3. Adebayo grabs the board. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. And the shot's good by Wiggins.
Never afraid of a little physical play, Wiggins embraces the challenge of scoring on a tough defense.
Pass to Giddey. They need this. On target from range. Giddey's gotten his second bucket on the night.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Out to the right wing. Smith. And too long on the shot.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
Powell's shot is off.
As usual, he's laser focused on defense. That's a nice shot contest.
Yeah, that's good discipline to stay attached and alter the shot.
The Heat have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. They get the rebound. Adebayo, that's good.
Well, that's exactly what Adebayo's out there to do off the ball. Work the glass and get his team second chance opportunities.
Here's Lyles. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And that one's good. Giddey. Miami has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Wiggins right side from 12 feet. Not going to go that time. Chicago has gone 3 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. Hero against Giddey. Drains the triple. Giddey's got 12 points in the game.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
For 3, Smith. It's hauled in by the Bulls. The Heat beat them last time when those two met in Miami.
Today's game is about effort and energy. They got crushed on the glass the last time these teams played.
Yeah, it wasn't their finest hour or finest 2 hours. It has to be a matter of pride for them this time.
To win the run, and he lays it in. Smith's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
And now the first timeout called here for Chicago. And even as the Heat look to go younger, this is not a team with an appetite for lengthy rebuilds.
Yeah, B.A. But one advantage they possess, when star players around the league ponder a change of scenery, Miami certainly has some great views.
Looking at who's out there now for Miami. Ware's checked in for Adebayo. Jaquez comes in for Wiggins. Fontecchio's checked in for Powell. Larson comes in for Smith. Here's Larson following the three-point basket by Chicago. Here's Hero. Buzelis grabs the board. Bulls leading by 7. Pass to Knox. To the left side wing. Here's Buzelis. Launches it. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Yeah, this demonstrates how confident Buzelis is. He knows he can be lethal off the catch.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance. And B.A., he takes his rebounding so seriously.
This dude is such a grinder. His teammates appreciate the effort. Just goes all out on the glass.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
So it's Miami now, after the basket by Chicago. Takes it inside, pass to Ware. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Ware's got his second basket on the night.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Here's Knox. And that comes off the assist by Morris.
And they've got the D reeling. A full three-point attack right off the tip.
Hero with it. He's given them steady production at over 27 points a game. Here's Larson. From outside, off the mark. And here's Morris. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. 10-point lead. And it's Knox missing. The Heat have gone 7 of 16 so far. Fires from deep. Larson with the bucket.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
Tice outside. Over to the left wing. Here's Knox. Fires for 3. And the three-pointer goes. Knox has got 10 points in the game.
Their ability to space the floor has been the story of this game.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Bulls out in front, up by 10. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Bulls.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
Andrew Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Norman Powell. Then it's Smith. And it's Jaquez in at the 3, small forward. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Clock at 6. Throws it. Ooh, Adebayo, a monster jam.
Well, he can do that. Adebayo's an excellent athlete, even by NBA standards.
Well, Coach, since entering the league, Jaime Jaquez Jr. has been lauded for his strong fundamentals.
Yeah, B.A., he's got tremendous footwork, makes great use of the pump fake, and he is a tough physical player who can finish in traffic or hurt you in the post.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Well, Stan, this is game 2 of this mini regular season series. What's it like for a coach tonight?
Well, I like these. It's rare to get the same team in consecutive games during the regular season, but it's great preparation for the playoffs. A chance to see how your team can make game-to-game adjustments.
Holmes, he's checked in for Chicago. Pass to Lyles. Here's Knox. Drills it from deep. Knox has got 6 points in the quarter.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And here's Adebayo. Hammering it home. Adebayo.
Well, that's on the defense there. You can't let Bam get prime-time positioning inside.
Here's Knox. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
To the right side for 3, Smith. And it falls for him. He's now 4 of 7 from the field.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Team's shooting a steady diet from outside.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Smith passes to Adebayo. And it's Miami with another.
Yeah, Adebayo's really good at facing up from mid-range. Buries the jumper there.
Chicago passing it around. There's the triple. And that one's good. Knox. Knox has got 22 points.
Ooh, he's been red hot from three-point range. How long will he keep it up?
Smith passes to Adebayo. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
Look, if I'm one of his teammates, I just keep getting him the ball. He has been lights out.
Out left to the wing. Here's Knox. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey. 25 points in the game.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Wow, it's good.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
Bulls leading by 13. Pass to Knox. Over Jaquez. And it's Knox missing. The Heat have gone an outstanding 7 of 7 so far in the second quarter.
Oh, man. They have really heated up from mid-range.
Jacks up at 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
The Heat have gotten all 8 shots to go. A perfect second quarter so far. And Miami decides to take their first time out here. A big group substitution here for Miami. Ware's checked in for Adebayo. Fontecchio comes in for Wiggins. Larson's checked in for Jaquez. And it's Hero in for Norman Powell. Ellis is checked in for Chicago. Joseph comes in for Simons. Back to Smith. That one's wide left.
Well, when you get that kind of look inside, you have to capitalize.
Offensive rebound. Lyles. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Smith no good.
I'm not sure how he's going to explain that shot later.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots.
And it's Knox missing. Heat trail by 16. Here's Fontecchio. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Woo-hoo, just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
And for the Heat, they're shooting it at 61%, a terrific average. Larson, no good. And Giddey's got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. They're coming off a loss against Miami.
It's never easy to win games when you're missing free throws. They had to be better.
Well, if you want to win away from home, quite simply, you have to make your free throws.
Started out strong from three-point land. Hit 2 in the first quarter, but he's gone dry since.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Rebound Miami. Ware's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Hero. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Giddey's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Joseph. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And we've...
With a score, Miami 37.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
51.
Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie, Chicago holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They lead by 14. Kenny. And now with the second.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. And so here is Chicago. It's a 14-point game. On the court for the Bulls. Ellis out there with Trey Lyles. Then it's Richaun Holmes. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Simons in at the point.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots. When it comes to contesting shots, Ellis is showing us that he's got great timing.
And a two-handed jam!
And And he's been an ideal teammate tonight. He's really creating plenty of looks with his passing.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
Adebayo passes to Powell, and that one drops for him. Powell's got his third basket on the night right there.
When he's not on the perimeter, this is where Powell is scoring, right near the hoop. Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
And Anthony Simons has grown his reputation, but he still flies a little under the radar, Stan.
B.A., he hasn't been in high visibility situations, like an epic playoff game that puts you on everyone's map. But opponents sure fear him and respect him.
For the Bulls.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Well, to play great defense, teams have to provide help. But how do you avoid over-helping?
It's a great question, B.A., and it's like anything in the game. Basketball is a game of decisions. I think people look at it and they talk about athletic ability and they talk about skills, which are both important. But the best players and the best teams are the best decision makers, and the same thing goes as to when to help and when to stay home on shooters.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
That one's good from Powell. On the assist by Wiggins. Powell's got 8.
Well, I'll tell you, Powell can score just about any way he needs to. Contact does not bother him.
Miami foul.
Check it out, the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been scorching the Nets from range the last 10 games. Second, the Bulls.
Well, this has been a hot three-point shooting team, and it starts with their passing, moving the ball to get quality looks.
Jaquez is checked in for Smith.
Well, that's a rarity for him, not being able to cash in on the trip to the line.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
Yeah, taking away the lead is never easy, but a rally like this is how you do it.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
Knox, he's checked in for Simons. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. Powell passes to Adebayo. The size and power from Bam inside.
I just love the ball movement.
Here's Knox. And he can't stop the run as that one misses. Heat trail by 6. Back to Powell. To the middle. Adebayo. Bam just battles through contact.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Even at this stage in his career, Powell explodes off the floor. Big vertical.
Timeout called. The Bulls. Grant, since he's come into the league, what's jumped out to you about Hero's development?
Well, I've liked seeing his growth in running the pick and roll. He's not just a jump shooter anymore. He's a guy that can anchor an offensive unit, B.A.
And the Heat with some changes. Ware's checked in for Wiggins. Larson comes in for Tyler Hero. And a change for the Bulls. Giddey's checked in for Knox. From deep, Giddey. The Bulls with another miss. And it's Jaquez with the ball for Miami. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Chicago leading. Giddey passes to Tice. Back to Giddey. Three-pointer. Drops in the 3. Giddey's got 15.
Well, that's a shot that defenses often dare Giddey to make, but he's shown improved accuracy.
And Adebayo slams it in.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Chicago leading by 3. Outside Giddey. And the 3 off target. Miami's gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. Jaquez, that's good. He's got 5.
All 5 guys are in sync. Their ball movement is flawless.
Holmes finds Tice. Chicago passing it around. Outside Giddey. Beyond the arc. And that basket makes him 6 for 11, shooting a good percentage.
Look, in that first half, he was hot from beyond the arc. And that's now his second in this half.
And Josh Giddey is going to pick up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game. Fontecchio's checked in for Miami. Then for Chicago, Lyles, he's checked in for Holmes. And Joseph is subbed in for Morris. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for Chicago.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
Well, in addition, I love their passing. I mean, they're buying into that team concept. That's hard to get out of your young guys.
The Heat making a switch here. Smith's checked in. And a change for the Bulls. Simons checked in. Joseph passes to Lyles. The three is up. It's hauled in by the Heat. They host the Hawks after this one, and that game will conclude a 4-game homestand for them. Fontecchio, the pass to Smith, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. Miami shooting their third free throw shot of the game, and so he hits the technical free throw.
Chicago foul.
Miami shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And he makes the first.
Second team foul. Now
that one drops. He ties it up. There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Joseph. Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over.
Make some noise once again for your Miami Heat.
5 ticks left in the third quarter here. From Pete Giddey. Connects from downtown. Giddey's got 9 points now in the second half.
He's been so aggressive on offense. And with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
And meanwhile, Eric Spoelstra.
Trust it. Good to great. Good to great. Don't settle for average shots. Move.
This is it, fans.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. We've got Jaime Jaquez. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Khalil Ware. Then there's Tyler Hero, and it's Larson in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Pass to Buzelis. Fires the 3. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Giddey's got 3 assists tonight.
I think it's great to see that kind of confidence in a young guy like Buzelis.
Hero for 3. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback.
Now that takes a skillful touch.
Yeah, excellent control to just ease the ball back up and in. Right wing. Back to Giddey. 3-pointer. Counted. Now 8 for 13 with that basket.
They've had a hard time shutting down the 3-point shot.
Pass to Wiggins. Whoa, Wiggins with feeling.
Just springing off the floor. Wiggins showing his athletic ability.
Simons passes to Giddey. Here's Buzelis. Back to Giddey. Lets the 3 fly. Another 3 for Chicago.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over. And this short amount of time should be beneficial to these players to catch their breath a little bit, while at the same time replenishing their energy by drinking some Gatorade as we head into the final stretch of this game. Adebayo's checked in for Miami. Norm Powell comes in for Larson. Then for Chicago, Rashawn Holmes. He's checked in for Tice. Knox comes in for Buzelis. And Joseph is subbed in for Simons. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Eric Spoelstra's huddle. He told his guys to up their aggressiveness on the defensive end, saying this game is all about who can get stops right now. I need you guys to bring some more energy on defense. That's how we'll get this win. Guys?
Thank you for that, Allie.
His scoring is a big reason why they're up right now. Let's see if they can close it out.
Lets it fly, and it's Miami with another.
Well, this is why the defense has to be up on Hero. His jump shot is a real weapon.
Joseph passes to Giddey. Here's Lyles, hounded by Wiggins. Pass to Joseph. Chicago passing it around. Here's Knox. No good on the triple.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Hero, no good.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
Sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here. Hanging up there like that. Heat trail by 5. Hero for 3. Hero with another miss.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
Holmes passes to Giddey. Here's Lyles, hounded by Wiggins. Pass to Knox. Takes a 3. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Hero for 3. Pure from three-point range.
The three-point shooting has been on point here in the second half.
Left side Giddey. Back to Joseph. Here's Knox. They got the rebound. Pass to Joseph. Here's Knox. The 3-ball. He buries it from 3. Knox has got 11 points in the quarter.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way you do it.
And now let's take a second to present our player of the game, Josh Giddey.
This has been one of the most dominant performances I've ever seen. What's incredible is he has no off switch, just a tremendous motor, and he's making an impact on every single possession. And look at him. You think it's just another game. He is totally in control of his emotions.
God, this guy loves playing the role of the villain. It's what motivates him to play well on the road, I think. And he did just that tonight, channeling that energy in a positive way, getting a huge victory away from home. Lets it go from deep. Chicago with a rebound. Buzelis has got 5 rebounds in the game to the left wing. Back to Lyles. Pass to Giddey. Here's Buzelis. Here's Lyles. Now covers. 5 on the clock. From behind the arc. The rebound by Wiggins. Wiggins got 4 rebounds now. Looking to get it going. Shakes him. They get it back. Off target at the rim.
He's trying to force his way into a rhythm, but that's not helping the team. Well, now it's just a matter of watching the sand fall through the hourglass. This game is wrapped up in a strong showing for the Bulls.
Well, they were focused on being productive at the arc tonight.
And it ended up paying off big time. Just an overwhelming performance.
Man, this is a nice victory for them. It's win number 14 of the year.
And so with this win, they'll end this season series dead even at 2 wins apiece.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Josh Giddey.
Well, that work he's shown on the glass has been spectacular. You love to see that as a coach.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. They're on top by 14. There's 37 seconds left in the final quarter.
Give it up for your Heat Youth Dancers, everybody.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Micic. Here's Fernando. Here's Lynn. Well, it was only a matter of time before they finally get the bucket.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
Here's Fernando. The rebound by Ware. So it's the Bulls winning.